All right, from my videographer, this is lesson 7, part 1. Lesson 7, part 1. Now, I've realized that you might not have part 6 yet. I found that out today, so don't worry about that. When you get back, we'll get all that taken care of. So right now, you should have the fill in the blanks for part 7. That's what we're going to be working on. All right, number 1. States, communities, and individuals became increasingly the fancy word for connected when things have to be with each other. What could that possibly be? It would be interdependent. That is right. Interdependent. When things rely on each other. You almost hit my face. I'm sorry. When things rely on each other. Thank you. Rely on each other, they're interdependent. So when you see that word on the AP test, don't freak out. It just means connected. It needs connected. All right, states, communities, and individuals. You have 3 different entities there. A state, which of course is what we would call a country. Communities would be something inside a country, and individuals inside that. Became interdependent. This was made possible due to the institutions of global, where there is a global, a universal kind of system. Just tell them. Governance. Govern. Govern. A-N-C-E. That's right. Governance. New international organizations were formed to maintain world peace and facilitate international. Where people get along, like cooperate? Yes, but as an entity, it's called cooperations. That makes sense. Thank you so much. So we are building global systems of governance. So like someone outside America could have some authority over us, and we could have some authority over people outside America. The first one, letter A, League of Nations. League of Nations. Thought I had something to say, didn't you? I was hoping you would. Number 1, formed after World War I, was part of the treaty that ended World War I. Versailles. That's right. Treaty of Versailles. Spell it for them. Versailles. Treaty of Versailles. The whole purpose of the Treaty of Versailles was to make sure we never had a World War II. People thought, hey, if we could just come together, all these countries, and meet once a month or whenever, if there's some problems, we can talk them out and we don't have to go to war. All right. Number 2, it blanked miserably. Another word for did not succeed. Failed? That's right. Failed. It failed miserably. It had no ability to blank its decisions. You go the speed limit. Why'd you pause? I was trying to think of what I was going to say. You go the speed limit not because there's a sign that says you do. Why do you not speed? You get a ticket. That's right. Because that law can be enforced. That's why you go the speed limit. The League of Nations has all these rules, but there's no way to enforce them. There's no army of the League of Nations, no military of the League of Nations. It failed miserably. It had no ability to enforce its decisions. Enforce its decision. This was proven when the League of Nations met and told Japan to leave Manchuria. Do you remember Manchuria? The Manchus? Which it had just invaded. The Japanese delegates just stood up and left? Well, walked out. Oh, okay. Walked out. Japan, prior to the official beginning of World War II, invaded Manchuria. It's right across the water for them. Again, geography plays such a huge role in history. It's right across the ocean there. Actually, it's a sea. And they invaded Manchuria. Manchuria ran to the League of Nations and said, hey, they're doing this. They can't do this. So the League of Nations called Japan in. Japan sat down there. The League of Nations says, quit it. Quit it. That's right. Quit it. Quit it. And Japan said, what are you going to do? We're there. What are you going to do? You're going to send American soldiers to die for little Manchurian babies? No, you're not. You have no army. How are you going to force us out? And then the Japanese stood up and walked out of the League of Nations. That was kind of disrespectful. It very much was, yes. The same thing when Italy invaded Ethiopia. They were told by the League of Nations to get out, and they just walked out. It's also showing the League of Nations was powerless. All right, let's review that. That's our first international organization we need to know about, the League of Nations. It was a failure. All right, the second one, letter B. You want to say it? Sure. United Nations. Very good. United Nations has more power than the blank of nations. League of Nations. That's right, League of Nations. Because the League of Nations had no military. No, they didn't. They couldn't make anybody do anything. No, they could not. Does the United Nations? Yes, they do. Oh boy. Focuses on blank assistance. If you're helping people, what is it? Helpful? No. If you're helping humans, human helpful? No. Humanitarian assistance. Focuses on humanitarian assistance. Their big thing is helping people, like with typhoons and floods and earthquakes. The United Nations comes in and helps them around the world, but also has military capability to back it up. So the United Nations does have some way to enforce what it says. Yes, it does. It has taken military actions on several occasions to blank its decision. Enforce it. That's right. So the United Nations does have the ability to enforce its will. And we have the United Nations today. Every country who's a member of it sends a certain number of their soldiers. Like our American soldiers would wear a blue helmet with a little UN on it if they're in there. That's the United Nations. All right, letter C, the next example of an international organization that was set up to maintain peace is the... Just give that to him. I know you want a Socratic, but just give it to him. International Criminal... Just say it. Court. International Criminal Court has jurisdiction to prosecute individuals for international crimes of, what's it called when you kill a whole bunch of people, like the Holocaust was an example of this. Khmer Rouge was an example of this. Genocide. That's right, genocide. Crimes against humanity and war crimes. Crimes, right. International Criminal Court, that's what they do. It's an international court all around the world. So if you do something terrible in some other country, you are brought before the International Criminal Court. Was Saddam Hussein brought before that? No, he wasn't. Didn't he maybe do genocide? Well, yeah, we think he might have. Well, what's the deal? Well, that was a touchy subject. We didn't think the International Criminal Court could handle a Saddam Hussein issue. So they were tried with Iraqis who were trying them, but we heavy duty surrounded them and protected them, that kind of deal. Okay. You kind of got off topic there. I know. All right, number 3, new economic institutions. All right, now we've talked about international organizations. Now we're going to talk about international economic institutions. Sought to spread the... Go ahead. Principles and practices associated with free market economics. Okay, you better explain that. The whole idea of these economic institutions was to share, hey, here's a good way to do economics. Because if other countries have good economies, they can buy from your country. And you want that. So every country that's doing well is better for you. You have a more populated market for your goods. All right. First example, International Monetary Fund. Give him a minute to write that down. I will. Better say it again. I'm about to. International Monetary Fund. Is there an abbreviation? The IMF. That stands for International Monetary Fund. Fund. Oh, I thought you said fun. No, fund. Well, why can't you make me say it? Because I have a trouble saying D. D. Try it. D. You sound funny when you do that. I know. All right. An organization of 188 countries. Wow, that's a lot of countries. Yes, it is. Working to make a better international money thing. Well, what's the word, the AP word for money thing? Economy. There you go. Economy. Is working faster to help secure stability and promote higher, what's it called when people are working? You have a job, you are employed. So in this text, it would be higher employment rates. Higher employment rates. All right, again, we're talking about institutions that deal with free market economics. International Monetary Fund is one. The second one is the World Bank, World Bank. And if you have your syllabus there, and I know you don't, again, I go right by the AP syllabus. They can't ask you anything that we haven't covered in class. World Bank is there. So we're going to learn what the World Bank is. World's largest source for the development of finance and development of expertise. Spell that. EXPERTISE. And coordination services. What does that mean? It means that they just help other people. They give them countries, they help other countries. They give them, hey, do this with your money. Don't do that with your money. That kind of deal. Designed to create economic, when you get along, you help each other, you're cooperating. Cooperation? That's right, cooperation. And develop a strong global economy. And it's good for all countries if there's a strong global economy, because we can buy from them, they can buy from us. That's right. The next example of an economic institution is the World Trade Organization. Give me a second. I will. World Trade Organization. Aren't you glad I'm here to help you? Yeah, I'm thrilled. Number one, developed into an organization for settling international trade problems. Ooh, that's good, but need a little more cooler word. Let me look. Disputes. That's right, disputes, such as tariffs. Using trade, number two there, to stimulate world economic growth. Using trade to stimulate world economic growth. The purpose of this is you have all these countries that trade each other. Well, there's going to be some problems. That's just the way people are. They're going to have some problems. Well, they're saying, what the World Trade Organization says, we will help settle all the economic problems. Like the World Trade Organization wouldn't get involved in any kind of boundary dispute or anything like that, but any kind of trade dispute like tariffs, where you're charging someone a tax for bringing this stuff into your country, that kind of thing. Letter D, multinational corporation. Multinational corporation. All right. Has facilities and other assets in at least one other country other than his home country. We've talked about this a little bit. All of you are human geo-X's. You know what multinational corporations are. Like America, we have tons of multinational corporations. Every bit of clothes you have on right now wasn't made in America. It was made in some other country. So we have a business set up there. That's a multinational corporation. Has offices or factories in different countries, and usually has a centralized head office where they coordinate global management for their assets. Global management for their assets. All right, we're going to shut it down here and come back in just a minute.